All right, here we go. We're going to start out with the fly sweep here. I know that this is not a good outcome. I know this is probably not the one we all wanted to start with on this tape, but just because it is impactful and I want to talk about the scheme here of what they're doing, you can see they have this jet sweep happening, and you can see that it starts out what is looking really good. We're going to seal down here. We're going to get up here. He's going to get out on the edge, and we have a back out on the edge. This all starts pretty good. Now, the thing we got to do is this player right here, this is the player we have to beat with speed. He's unblocked right there. Unblocked player. We got to beat him with speed. So we try to beat him with speed. Here you can see this is set up with a double team. He's got him there. The back is going to come right here. So everything is looking pretty good. Now we lose this guy to the inside. They work from their double team. He'll get up to the next person. This person's going to have to run through kind of like all the junk, but this is where we miss it right here. So we miss this block. Parker's probably not assuming that that block is going to be missed. So to a degree, he's trying to cut up. He sees that this player is working to the outside. We are pushing him this way. He's going to try to get vertical like that. Tough part also is we've lost this block right there. So he knows he's going into a crowded space, probably not anticipating that the contact is going to be made that high. But this play, as you can see right here, this play is really not going to go anywhere. This is where we are. Started out looking pretty good, but doesn't finish the way we want. And then I'm not even going to replay it. Nobody else wants to see this. Unfortunately, we hand them 7 points. All right, I'm going to get through this play quick. You've seen BYU use this before. This is the stack look. So we have two receivers, and all that BYU is looking for, a lot of the times they use this in hurry up, it's do they match 2 over 2 or do they only match 1 over 2? If they match 1 over 2, you're going to throw this ball over here. If they were to match 2 over 2, now you have a much lighter box in here. So because you have a much lighter box, you'll go with the run. You'll go with the run. So BYU gets up. They notice it's 2 over 2 to the top, 1 over 2 here to the bottom. This player is getting out a little bit late. He's just widening. So Keaton's going to take this every time. This is an easy first down pickup. Okay, BYU used their mesh concept a number of times in this game. That's where we set the mesh, we come underneath the mesh, and we run an OTB over the ball. Now, we've seen in previous games, this is also where the running back is going to usually run a rail out of the backfield. We've seen the ball come here in previous games. We've seen the ball come here in previous games. The majority of this game, the ball had to end up coming all the way back over to here. So a lot of the times, this is third in the progression. Keaton did an extremely good job this game, feeling space, and a lot of the times from a very small pocket space, Keaton is making this throw right as he's getting hit. You can see right as the ball is getting out of his hand, he's got 2 guys on him. And now I want to go to why you see Isaac throttling here. What these guys are doing is when they run this mesh, there's a couple of kind of like theories or philosophies that people say. Coaches will coach and say, if you see green grass out here, I want you to run to it. So then your rule is going to be that your eyes should be on the quarterback as you run, because that tells him, if I am looking at you, I am booking to that green grass. So as a quarterback, you know if he's looking, he's booking. He's going to run to that green grass. If he's running with his eyes down, that tells you he's going to then turn his eyes and settle. The reason why he's settling is because as they run this mesh, there's zone defenders here and zone defenders down here. So you don't want to run into your zone defender. So what you're going to do is you're going to run that mesh and then you're going to settle right there. And the quarterback is going to offset throw you to the inside so then you can turn and get upfield. And so that's what you see happening a lot. This is executed really, really well here. Keaton goes through his progression, gets all the way to number 3, puts it inside, and Isaac turns up for a good play. All right, 2nd and 1. This is a really well-timed play call. They're going to understand that they're going to be in man coverage here. When you're in man coverage and the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage, you can now go block in front of the line of scrimmage. So that's what's happening here. They're going to give a little inside zone action, and you have this sifter that's coming back across here that's going to occupy him. You can see the offensive line is going front side. Then these backers are going to step in for the run. A lot of this, and I don't know if every time it's a read or if sometimes it's a called. I think sometimes we're reading guys here, sometimes it's called. But in this one, because it's man coverage, we're going to get to be able to push and then crack on this guy. And when you push, you hope that this occupies him and then he runs with you. So it's a 2-for-1. He will cover the receiver, and then as the receiver pushes in to block, that defender will run with him. And then so basically you get these two guys blocked here, and then Isaac's going to get to go down the sideline, which is exactly how this plays out. There you can see the crack. You can see the defender running with him, and then you can see the ball thrown to Isaac. Well thrown ball. That's going to allow him to turn up field and get this extra yards. All right, this here is going to be, you're going to see this shallow crossing route. Basically what this is we're going to get a shallow cross, and then you're going to get a sail concept up top. And then Keaton's going to take the underneath route. And so the sail concept, a little bit different than the variations that we've seen so far, but what they're going to do is they're going to basically run off here. You have your sail concept, and then you have your shallow coming from the other side of the field. It's still creating the same high-low on a defender. A lot of traditional sail concepts out of 3-man routes, it'll be some variation of these two guys right here. Sometimes they can swap release, but you're going to get a go route on the outside. One variation would be, there's the sail, there's a whip, and you can see that we've created a high-low on this player. Or you can have a go, and then you can have a swap release sail, and you're still creating the same high-low on the player. What they're doing now is instead of a whip or some type of out route from this side of the field, creating the low player, they're actually going to bring the tight end from the other side of the field. So this is what you're seeing. That becomes the low, and then this becomes the high. Still working a same high-low off of a defender. And so as Keaton drops back to pass, you can see these defenders sink with depth. So then you're going to get this shallow route that's going to come from the other side of the field, and it's going to be an easy pickup right here. And that's why the ball goes there. It's a high-low. The nice thing that he does here is he recognizes that the defender is going to be coming from the outside. Offset throws Isaac on the inside shoulder, which allows him to drop step and turn up field for an easy first down pickup on first down. This is that touchdown drive I love to see on these type drives. I think one of the reasons it helps here is we're dropping back on first down, picking up a first down on an underneath throw. Okay, this was the attempted. It looks like we got screens going on both sides of the field, and we're trying to get that Y down the middle. Now, incomplete pass, they have it covered up, but I just want to talk about it. We've seen something similar, and maybe not out of the exact motion and formation in the Oregon game last year where it was the big touchdown to Isaac, but this is a similar play. What they're trying to do is they're trying to show swing screen over here, swing screen over here. We're going to expand. We're going to get linemen going out this direction. And all we're trying to do is we're trying to get like a little parting of the sea right here. And then we send the tight end down the middle of the field. So you can see Keaton's going to pump over here to this side. What he's trying to do, he's trying to get expansion here. He's trying to use that by the running back out here and them seeing that, hey, we have a blocker here. Then he's going to whirly bird around and he's going to get the similar thing up here to this side of the field. And he's trying to get expansion there. Same exact thing. And then what you're trying to do is you're just trying to get that this Mike settles his feet and then reacts one way or the other, right? A lot of the times when a Mike linebacker sees a pump one way and then a quarterback going back the other, he may react to that second one because he believes that was the pump. Now I'm going to react to this one. But they play this really well. Sometimes teams that have gadgety plays on their side of the ball do a really good job of playing gadgety plays on defense. And as you can see, you get some expansion here, right? We're even sending out these linemen, that's Isaac, sending him making it look like we're truly running those screens. And they're getting keys from the linemen. This is Isaac down the middle of the field, but as you can see, there is just so much depth from this backer, it's not going to work. And so Keaton recognizes it, sees that backer is all over it. So now he just tries to outlet the ball back over here, but he gets his arm hit and the ball's incomplete. All right, here we go. This is Keaton running the option down here on this drive. We're going to end up scoring. It's a good pickup for us. We get a handful of yards here, but I want to go over this because some people may say, well, why did Keaton pitch this ball? There's nobody for him there to pitch off of. Yes, what BYU is trying to do is they are trying to step down and they're trying to leave this edge player so we can option off him. They're going to try to get somebody up to that Mike, and then they're going to block front side here so that way we're blocked up, and then we can option off of what is the end man on the line of scrimmage. The end man on the line of scrimmage catches himself up, right? He gets caught up for no reason, but Keaton understands the responsibility is to option off somebody if he's there. But Keaton is not the designed ball carrier. We don't want Keaton to carry the football. So what can he fill? He can fill all of this space, and so he's going to put it into the hands of the guy that's meant to carry the football. So he pitches it. I know that many people say, like, well, shouldn't he attack more? Shouldn't he? Why? Right? It's already been done. Had that player come off the edge, like we anticipated, ball gets pitched out there into the same space. So we don't want our quarterback taking the hits. They've already committed inside, obviously in a way that we weren't anticipating, but they already committed inside. We have what we want. Now we option the ball out there. And look, the guy that comes up and makes the tackle right here, this is the safety. That's the free safety. Yes, we can stay on that a little bit better. We can try to get up to the mic, but these plays are built that if we can block everybody up, we make the free safety make the tackle, right? And so you pick up 4 to 5 yards there. That's the whole purpose of the play. All right, BYU's been really efficient in the red zone. Here they get a quick hitter on a quick hitch. I just want to go over what's going on here on the play and so you can know why that was taken. We've gone over some of these plays in the past. All that this is hitches on the outside, and then in here on the inside, this is where they're going to run their run scheme. And so all Keaton's doing is he's peeking out here to see, are they giving me space? Are they giving me space? If they're giving me space and I can take a free access quick hitter, I'm going to take it. So that's what he's doing. He's just taking it. It's not because he doesn't trust the run. I don't think it's anything because of a box count, right? I don't think that they're keying this player. Yes, if he's walked out, that makes this read easy. And yes, if he's walked in, that makes it an opportunity to take this. But if this player was walked up much closer and he was here, I still think the run play happens. Because what they're trying to do anyway is they're trying to get everybody up front side. This run is happening this direction anyway. And so this guy is going to be an unblocked guy. So he takes what he knows is a quick 5-yard hitch, takes it, gets upfield. When you can steal 5 yards right here on 2nd and 9, that's big here in the red zone. That's so important. And so it's a really good job of Keaton recognizing I can steal this, and he goes and takes it. All right, so BYU runs the motion over here. They go to the side. They obviously see something that they feel they know they can get to something that they like. They're going to check to a sail concept up here on the top. Keaton's going to sprint out. That sail concept, it's just a low-high read. It's a little dicey here in the end zone or close to the end zone because this go ball runs out of space. And so a lot of the times he runs it, the defender runs with him, but then they're just kind of standing back here. So you got to be careful he doesn't fall off. But basically all that you're getting here on these sail concepts is, we talked about it a little bit earlier, a low and a high, right? So a sail, there's a corner and there's an out. Sail routes kind of fit right in the middle of that. He's just going to roll it out right here. If it's man coverage, he'll be much flatter. But they see something that they know that they like. Now, something that's a little bit unique is I believe that they are trying to play this triangle. So he's manned up here. He's on him. Inside, you see elements of what I think is this triangle. Now, the only thing that's strange is this player's eyes are looking inside. Usually, he would be lined up on the inside looking here. And they would be playing this in-out based off of these two guys with a high top hat player here. So, a little bit interesting look because that forces him to jump him. But now look at this outside player where his eyes are at. His eyes are there as well, so he jumps him. So you have two people jumping him. And now that top hat defender is standing on the inside with us running an outbreaking sail. Pretty easy, right? So Keaton sprints out, we seal the edge, and you can see how open it is. You can also see what I'm talking about, this go ball up here. When you run out of space like that, you got to find a way to occupy that guy so that that defender doesn't fall off into this throw. But they obviously saw something that they knew that they liked. Whether or not they knew that both these players were going to jump this quick out, it puts them in a bind. Yes, this player is looking for number 3 breaking out, and he should jump him. This is the player that's doing something unique because of where he's positioned. They both jump the low guy. You can see it's 2-on-1, and then we have that sail with great leverage, and this is why it works. All right, this is the next series that's going to begin another good series of moving the football. This is a play that is a mirrored route, and Keaton has to get out of the pocket and make a play, kind of what I call on dash. So basically what it is you're going to get mirrored routes on the outside. We've talked about this before, is you're going to get a stem route, you're going to get this bender, seam bender, and you're going to get another stop route here on the bottom, right? Like a 15-yard stop route. So what Keaton's doing is Keaton's trying to evaluate what is happening in the middle of the field. Is it middle open or is it middle closed? Middle open meaning 2 safeties, middle closed meaning 1 safety. So you see him, he's going to start his eyes to the middle of the field. Now, they bring a corner cat here. Corner cat is that corner coming off the edge. That means our running back is going to take him in protection. So Keaton is going to see that they are going to rotate to a single high coverage, but the safety is now going to be playing the corner position to this side of the field. So he sees the rotation, recognizes that the movement is happening this way. Now he's going to start, he wants to go to chase right here. This is where he's going to think, I'm going to go there, and he's going to stay in rhythm, but he feels the back get bull rushed. So here's what's really cool. Off of just a few steps, he keeps the continuity of the play. This is not true scramble drill. Scramble drill would mean a receiver runs his route, stops, the quarterback starts to scramble, and then he takes off with the quarterback. In this, he's running his stop route, sees that Keaton has ditched the pocket. He's just going to continue down on that same stem route, not much farther. I consider that keeping the integrity of the route because the reality is it's not being thrown that much later. This is a good job and a really, really well-placed ball. I know it's blurry, but that's right on his face mask. A really, really good throw, well-executed play, picking up the first down off of the same original play call. Really, really nice. Oh, and I thought that was Chase. That's not Chase, but a really, really well-executed play. All right, this is another really nice throw on 1st and 10. Basically what you have here is you're going to have, you can't see the receivers here because they're out of the screen, but you have receivers down on this end and you have a receiver up here outside. These guys are running outside stop or out routes, right? Different variations of single high beaters. But inside what you're going to have is you're going to have a middle read and you're going to have a shallow. So it's a shallow basic combination. But if you get 2 safeties in the middle of the field, he can now, this is usually what happens, he can now usually bend into the middle of the field. And so you'll see what happens kind of as I let this play out. Here you can see this nice throw. You see it right in front of the safety, and we're going to find out this. Okay, here's how it gets there. As he releases vertical, you can see that this hook player essentially passes him off to the safety. Just lets him go, right? Because his eyes are in the backfield. This Mike is going to feel the influence of the shallow cross. And what he's going to do is you're going to see him step up on the shallow cross. Now our running back is going to be a little chip and check down over here. So that also is going to hold this backside hook player. So because you got a pull bringing him low, and then this player gets up on the safety, he'll then bend in front of that safety's face. And that's why you see Keaton, who just right in that first hitch, he's going to see what's happening. He sees this player low passing off. He sees this player driving, and he knows he can let it rip right now, which is what he does. And that's why you're seeing this bend across the safety's face. These 2 safeties that were back here, they create a middle open. The middle of the field is open, so our receiver bends to the middle, and Keaton brings him inside of that safety and protects him with the throw, and that's why it's a bang-bang play. Ball gets caught, he gets hit, bang-bang, but a really good pickup again on 1st and 10. All right, we're going to talk about these corner cat adjustments. You get a corner pressure here, and BYU does a walk-off. So we'll talk about what they're doing defensively. So you can see this safety starts to creep. Okay, he starts to creep this way. He's also a bit shallower than the safety to the field. And then what you get is you're going to get eyes in the backfield, and you're going to get this boundary corner that is going to blitz off this boundary. So they pick this up in protection. You can see that this tackle is going to go to the widest guy. So they pick it up. But BYU is making a walk-off adjustment here. I'm assuming that's why his eyes get over there. Keaton feels the corner pressure because if you look at the protection that they have here, they're crossing the back to this side of the field. Isaac's coming down. They have like a 6-man protection going on here with the tight end. There's a concept up here, and I'm sure there's an isolated route here, but what he's doing is he's making an adjustment because he got the corner cat, the corner blitz right there. All he's going to do is he walks off, and then you have to beat this safety with the throw. Before he can get over there, you just take the throw right now and beat him. And then so that's what BYU does, right? They take this. It's an easy 1st down pickup. They recognize the corner pressure. They throw the walk-off, and they beat that safety who's covering it up. Okay, so BYU's ran this a few times already this year where they get in that stack look. Here, they're going to kind of take a shot off of it. So you've seen those quick passes, or you've seen that they will give the inside run. And I know we've talked about how it's about the guys that line up. So it's basically 2 over 2, 2 over 2. In most cases, that would mean BYU is going to go to the run. But because they've showed us enough times, now what they're doing is saying, we're going to show you these little quick passes in hopes that these defenders anticipate that we are blocking for a quick little screen. And if he steps up at all, you're hoping that Isaac can get a good opportunity to go downfield, which that's what they do. It's just an isolated one-on-one. Keaton takes a little jump ball opportunity. And again, it's close. I kind of feel like this has happened a number of times this year where we've been close. It just hasn't really connected. It's a matchup that we want, right? There's a major height advantage here. Yes, that guy's getting body on him. We've seen these made in the past. We just don't connect on it right here. But that's what this is. This is, let's hurry up. Let's get in that thing where we quickly get to the ball. That's why it's happening right after this little funny little snippet in between plays. And they can barely get the camera on it because BYU's going fast, anticipating that the defense will think, here comes that quick screen, and then we slip Isaac by him. Okay, BYU motioned and then checked to this play. It works out really, really good. It's a great catch. We got a little bit lucky here. What they're trying to do is they made this check because they recognized it's man coverage, right? And they got guys that are in man coverage. Now, this safety will probably come down and be there, and he's on the back. So you got man coverage everywhere, and what BYU is doing is they're going to run these basically like all slants, and this back then is going to slip out to the flat, and then the shallow is going to come underneath it all. So you're going 1 to the back in the flat, 2 to the shallow underneath everybody. What you see is we get a little bit lucky. If you watch right here, so this safety is going to come down on Isaac, and this linebacker is on the back. That's the man scheme right there, right? Now we get lucky because as this back gets out into the backfield, you can see that this defender is flying to him. Now, we don't get any good rubs right here. We don't have anybody rubbing making his route, make this guy adjust. We're not bringing the defender into him. We get lucky because for whatever reason, this linebacker settles. You see right here, he starts to run with the back, which is his responsibility. And then right there, I think what he thinks is that he and the safety were banjoing the back and the tight end. I think that what he's thinking is right here, right here, he has the tight end, he has the back. But because the back went to the flat and the tight end came inside, I think for a split second, he thinks I am responsible for whoever is inside and the safety will take whoever's outside. Because he starts to run with the back, and then right there is when he realizes, oh wait, the tight end's coming in. I think that's me, and he's going to take him. Not the case. Now they both settle their feet. He's chasing the tight end, and we got nobody out here on the running back. Now this was nice that he was so wide open because this was not the best of throws from Keaton, and this was a great job by the running back to turn and make that catch. That is not an easy catch for running backs. A lot of guys won't make that. This was a great job of him feeling it, making that catch, and then getting upfield for some extra yards. Okay, we've seen BYU score on this play on the crossing routes, but not a screen off of it. So what was really cool that BYU did was they showed, we've seen them throw these touchdowns. This was the touchdown that was thrown against Arkansas. This was the touchdown I believe was against SUU. They've thrown both of these for touchdowns. So you are going to show the same crossing route that's been really, really successful. What has Kansas probably seen on tape and probably repped at practice? This concept. So what do? You give everything that looks like that concept, and then you're going to throw screen game over here back to your tailback. This was a really nice play design set up off of what they knew Kansas State had previously seen. Watch how many players over here start to run this direction. You can just start to see them move. They move. These players are going to sink with some depth, and that sets up, like I said, these linemen getting out for this screen game. Really, really nice design, well executed. And in terms of making it easy, I mean, this is a walk-in. It really is. Really, really nice touchdown here by BYU. All right, this was a really good play on 3rd and 8. Big pickup here heading into the half. We'll talk about what this concept is. Basically, it's a 2-beater. You're going to get an inside box corner here from the receiver. So you're into the boundary. you're into the boundary and you have a little condensed split. So what he's doing is he's going to still push in a little bit more. When he pushes in and gets vertical and then the tight end comes out of the backfield, you're going to be able to get this swap release type look. Now, it's built for two. They don't get it versus cover two right here. What you're anticipating is that if this is the flat player and a safety is high, the flat player corner jumps this flat route, and then you have this pushing up into this honey hole area. Well, they don't get that, right? You get man, and then you get these two droppers underneath. But it still plays out nice because he is going to drive on the flat, and then if I back it up a little bit, this corner is going to sink with depth. So that's going to allow Chase to push in, get vertical, and then snap it off right in front of him. Almost like a little flat with a bench route right here to the sideline, which a bench route is basically, I'm going to push up and I run a deep out route. So that's what happens. They recognize the coverage is man, single high. He looks to the flat as he steps up in the pocket, see that the corner's still soft, and then just almost just throws a one-on-one man beater here. Even though it's not what it's necessarily designed for, when he pushes in, as he pushes in, this guy also sinks inside as well. So we still get good leverage on him to run that outbreaker. So well-executed play, really good timing in a critical moment. I love when I see these third downs, critical moments, and a play like this is made. Okay, this is the 3rd and 10 on the drive heading into the half. It's critical that BYU picks up yards here, which they do. They run a little choice concept out of empty, puts them in a position to go for it on 4th down. I just want to talk about what it is, these choice routes from inside. Okay, so when you get into empty, basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to spread the defense out. Now, you can't see a great picture here because of the TV copy, but up here to the top outside of our receiver is 2 more receivers, and down here to the boundary, you can see there's 2 receivers. So what they're trying to do is they're going to run a concept that is going to get a pull here. What you're trying to do is you're trying to isolate a space of the field. So the concept is going to keep the defenders out here. And then you have the Mike that's going to play in the middle of the field. Now, if he brings pressure and makes this a 5-man pressure, this is even better because of the space that it leaves. But it's fine that he's going to sink into that depth because up top, you're doing the same thing. You have receivers up here that are on isolated 2-man routes up top. And then what you're trying to do is you have a space of 1 player and 2 defenders. And what he's going to do is he's going to primarily look at the leverage of this player first. What leverage can I get on this guy and where can I win? Right? It's great to be able to win to space. It's even better if this guy blitzes. But a lot of the times as he stems right here and as he pushes vertical, as that player backs up because he believes he has inside help there, there's that window, right? So he's going to stutter his feet because he's making a move. He's going to pop, and then he's going to break in. Keita puts it on him. All it is a choice in space. Now, sometimes what the quarterback can do is he can look at this player, maybe move this player, hold this player, because you are saving that space, right? A team like the New Orleans Saints, for example, they love to run these choice concepts, and it's build space, give a player an opportunity to win on a choice concept in that space. And so that's why empty. Let's get an empty. Let's spread them out. They walk these defenders out here and up top. And again, it just goes back to what space can I create? And if this player is going to widen and he is going to move here if he is going to move here as the receiver pushes vertical, then it's going to save a space for us to win in. And that's exactly what happens here. It's just a simple choice concept. Keaton gives him time to win, puts it on him, and we get upfield in a position to then go for it on 4th down. Okay, here's this 4th down play. This was a really big conversion here for them to get it, and a really nice job by Keaton of filling this out. This is a snag concept here to the front side, which basically means we are going to get a corner, a snag, and then somebody out into the flat. This usually goes 1 here to the flat, 2 to the snag, and you alert the corner. Now in this, I think that they were thinking they could get a natural little bump here and then get him out into the flat, but they pass it off. These 2 players pass it off and the corner jumps it. It's still a man type scheme or they're passing it off. But what that does is now that sets up Isaac on his corner route. He's got great leverage here. So as you can see, Keaton's going to go through the progression. That right there is the flat. Feeling like if he bumps him, that's the guy that's guarding the flat. That means I should be able to win out in the flat. But he holds back because he feels this guy jump it. They passed it off. So then he quickly gets his eyes back inside. He feels this guy on top of the snag. Then he's got Isaac left, and it works out great. Nice job finding him. It puts it on him. Big pickup on 4th and 2. Okay, this is 1st and 10, just coming off getting that big 4th down conversion. They go play pass here, and they try to get a vertical seam concept, which basically what it is they are trying to get Isaac down here, our other wing out here to the bottom, and then we're going to get this little bubble flare. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get, after you get off this play fake right here, because of this movement here, you're trying to get these backers to step up. But as you can see, they are getting 2 guys with their hands on Isaac. You can almost bet that they are being very aware that we are not going to let him just run vertically down this field. Corners staying on top. It's smart. We will give them the little 5-yard underneath down check down throw because we do not want to give up a touchdown throw. So we'll basically keep them in front of us and see if they can hit a field goal. That's exactly what they do here. So here we have those seam concepts. Everybody is either on top of or getting hands on our receivers. So Keaton just has to come out here and dump it to the outlet here and try to pick up whatever yards we can. All right, here's the 3rd and 2 heading into the half. BYU takes a shot here trying to get something towards the end zone. It's incomplete, but I want to talk about what it is that they're trying to set up. What they're doing is they are setting up what is that little, we're going to show that tight end behind the line, like we're going to set up a block, and then we're going to run off. It's man coverage. So when he runs his post, that's going to occupy the corner. Safety's going to stay in the middle of the field. The whole key is to get this player to have his eyes on where it looks like the ball is going to go so that he triggers. So as you can see, we send Isaac out here to the flat. Already the guy that's man on him is going. And then what you do is you try to set it up like you're blocking to get this guy to trigger. As soon as he triggers, you slip him and you wheel down the sideline. The only thing is, as he triggers, I don't know if he's triggering to react there or if he's getting his hands on our receiver. Either way, we don't get the look that we want. He's basically just manning him up. Keaton tries to give our guy a shot still, throwing a little bit of a high ball in man coverage. And that is just how it plays out. You can see this other safety over the top. I think there may have been a little bit of confusion of who has who, because these would be the 2 backers that would be banjoing the running back, meaning if the running back goes this way, he's got him. Running back goes this way, he's got him. This is the player responsible for the tight end. But as the play goes out, this linebacker widens, and it goes back to kind of like that same play from earlier, right? Is because this player is inside, does this linebacker say, I know I have the back, but if the tight end goes out and the back goes in, then that means I take him, which can absolutely happen. Teams will do that. But I think this has happened a number of times where Kansas has gotten a little bit confused because here you have both people running, and this player ends up being the extra player over the top that when Keaton tries to give him a chance, that's this player sitting right here. So incomplete ball, we have to settle for a field goal, but that's the attempt that BYU made there on 3rd down to make a play to try to get close to the end zone.